right, welcome. This is the first artist spotlight, officially, I should say, with Clutch Art. We have here one of our featured artists from the our summer show, the Visual Marauders pop up. Uh, she is the one and only Heather Sportsman.
Hey,
How are you doing today?
doing pretty good, bro. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Just enjoying this outside humid
Oh yeah,
weather with some shade. You know how it is in Houston and H-Town.
absolutely, yeah.
Yes. You're in Missouri City, right?
I'm actually in Rosharon, so I always have to like describe this when I talk to people. They're like, Rosharon, what is this? So Rosharon is, I would say, like 20 minutes outside of Houston. So if you're going towards like Pearland, Arcola, we're in that area.
Yeah. I used to be in Fresno, so I know a little bit.
There you go, Fresno. That's it. So we in that little zone right there.
Around the corner, somewhere around there.
There you go. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hop right into it. Let's figure out who you are, what's been going on. Let's see everything that Heather Sportsman is about. And so today, our first question is, who is Heather Sportsman?
Who is that girl? Who's
especially
that
as an artist?
Girl? So, an artist and art educator. Originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Louisiana in the house. Pray for them right
now. But now residing here in Texas. So I just started my 11th year in education. I've always taught art. That was actually my major in college. I attended Southern University and graduated from there in 2010. And so it's just a lot of things have been happening lately, especially with the pandemic, that's brought out my more artistic side and focusing on that more than anything now, and seeing like this is my comfort zone. I love education because I do. I love talking about art. I love telling other people about art. But as far as my own personal work, it has like taken off. It's kind of like I've been, I don't know, like reborn as an artist between 2020 2021. So I'm digging the moves and things that I'm making right now, and hopefully shifting towards full-time artist sooner than later. But things are going good. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. And it's good to know. When did you like first? Because I know you majored in art. Did you start doing art in college, or was that something that you've always just had a passion for?
Always had a passion for it. I mean, I was painting and drawing probably like 3 or 4 years old, big enough to pick up a paintbrush. I was doing it. So it's always been a thing in me, and my family, I have to say, they've always like nurtured my artistic endeavors. They weren't the kind that was like, well, what you gonna do with that, or why you want to do this? They saw the talent, and they pushed me towards that, going to art classes, taking extra classes outside of school, even when I was in high school. So I was grateful for that. But it's always been a thing. And when you get in college, you think about, what do I want to do with myself? Like, what, you going to college to make a better living, so to speak. And I could have went down some other avenues, but I thought about it and I was like, yo, I really want to do something that I love every day. And so here we are.
There you go. and I know for me, a lot of times, it's like you say, you're a teacher, so basically that's your 9 to 5.
Yes.
But you want to transition to that time where you could just break away and just do it full time. I know for some people it's a leap of faith, but one of those days we're gonna take that jump.
It's coming. I'm right down the edge. Somebody might need to push me, but I'm right there.
Well, I know recently you've been working a lot with Procreate. Is that your new favorite medium to work with now, or what do you prefer?
Oh man, I tell people like this when I've been asked this question before. It's almost kind of like whatever tickles my fancy at the moment.
Yeah.
Right now, I will say I'm gonna put it to you like this: Procreate is making some major waves with me right now, for sure.
I 100% agree.
You know what I mean? So I mean, me and you have talked about this before, sidebar conversations. But true to heart, I've always been a pencil artist, graphite, whether that be, just 6B to 4H, 2H, whatever, drawing pencils and or colored pencils. So outside of Procreate in the digital world, I feel that pencil artist, that's home right there.
I hear you. Yeah. I recently, because that's one of my other questions I kind of want to ask you about within the medium. Like, I know that I'm probably a better pencil artist than I am a Procreate artist. Painting wise, I'm probably a better painter in Procreate than I am in person. But I wanted to ask you, do you feel like your skills have translated to the app? Like, do you feel like you've gotten better, or there's some areas where you like, I'm good at this, I could improve, or how do you feel now?
I think that my skills have kind of like transferred to the app, if that makes sense. And anybody that's seen my work, like I'm very detail oriented. Like
I seen how you did your hair. I want to show. Yeah. Let me see. I'm liking. Let me share the screen for a little bit. Let me see if I can see that.
No problem. Yeah, that's always been one of my things is the details. I wouldn't necessarily say hyper realism. Yeah, there we go.
I got you. Let me show this so I can see you. But yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's it, man.
The one really, I think the braids in that one I really loved.
Was it the purple one? Because a lot of people was on it with the purple too.
Well, my thing I always struggle with is hair. And the details you do, like with the hair, with the strokes, and in the background, when we're talking about like the flowers and everything like that, I really love that with your pictures.
Yeah. And one thing I can say too, John, like with the with Procreate, and this is something like as an artist, I don't how I want to say this, because I don't want to say it the wrong way. Procreate allows me to create faster. I will say this. But when it comes to working quickly and putting things out as an artist, you have to be very careful, because then people will expect you to create almost like a machine.
Yeah.
Not a machine, right? Yeah. My portraits like this, the Procreate portraits, these may take me anywhere, I say between 6 to 10 hours, maybe 12 if it's like over the top. But when I'm doing a drawing on that level on paper, that's no doubt 40, 50 hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of like my conflict right now between Procreate and pencil drawings, is because while on one hand I can create really quickly with Procreate, because you have brushes and tools that help you get certain effects a lot easier than with hand drawn, But,
and it's less messy. You don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about the mess, the equipment, it's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Except when you talk about printing, but it is cheaper.
Come on, exactly.
But I know, I definitely understand. And for me, like I said, there's certain aspects of my art in certain subjects. Like if I'm doing still life, or if I'm doing like something like an object, I'm pretty good at. Like I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm really good at.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But when it comes to like portraits and stuff, I feel like I'm fine, but it's a level I can keep growing. And I know that you probably feel the same way. But I love your work. I love the grind behind the work, because you just you're always even though you say you're not a machine, you're still a hustler by definition, which you are.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah,
So
it's time consuming, but when you love what you do, that time flies by.
there you go. There you go.
Mhm.
Well, when I was just both of us just looking at your art here,
Mhm.
what is it that you want people to say about, like, when they see it? What is there a particular message you're trying to convey, or is it really, just an expression of how you're feeling at the moment?
A lot of it is expressions of how I'm feeling at the moment. I know a lot of artists a lot of times will have, deeper meanings to things, but I think I'm still tapping into a lot of those connections. For me, I definitely appreciate um, women and the Black female for sure. I'm a Black woman, so a lot of my work is oriented to that audience, and showing or highlighting the beauty in a Black woman, and or just the uniqueness with us. You know what I'm saying? We as a Black female artist, just speaking to that for a second, women are already underappreciated in the art world, even though we make up the majority of it.
Trust me, I every influence person. I mean, I can name a couple of names. You on the list.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In the history books, it's a lot of mostly male artists that a lot of people talk about.
Exactly.
I'm doing a series where I'm trying to at least do a little bit of art history in my Patreon once a month to talk about artists. And now I'm glad you said that, because that, even, I'm guilty of it too. I'm like, man, what artist can I pick? And the first thing pops up is male artists. But then the other side of that is female artists. And so,
Exactly.
I appreciate you for saying that, because it is, I don't want to say it's true, but either intentionally or unintentionally, it may just be what happens, and we don't need that to happen, because a lot of the procreate artists, a lot of women artists, I'm talking about like Comiskey,
Mm-hmm.
yourself, it's a girl, oh man, I can't remember her name right now, but
Mm-hmm.
it's two or three other artists, and I'm just in love with their work. And
Yeah.
they inspire me every day, every time I see them post something. So
That's it. And so, when you're talking about, what does it mean? I think I'm just trying to bring who I am and things that I appreciate to the light, more so than anything. So, and showing the beauty in those things.
yeah, and you done a good job, like as we just seen, and your pictures. Can you tell us about that piece, the piece that you recently posted?
Mm-hmm. So the last one
I'll
that I
bring it up
posted,
again.
yeah, sure. So the very last one that I posted is a part of a series that I'm doing right now called Blooming. And this series is so crazy because I feel like this is what I'm doing right now as an artist. As much background as I have, and degreed in this and yada yada yada, like all that's fine. But as I stated earlier, I feel like I've been reborn as an artist,
Yeah.
and I really am blooming into like this new individual, and I'm seeing things from different perspectives, and I'm learning so very much. And that's, I think, one of the things that keeps me humble about where I am. Like, I hear people say, oh, your work is this now. I'm like, thank you, but y'all really don't know, like, I am still figuring this out. And
I
so,
hear you.
you know what I'm saying? So Blooming, this whole series is focusing on different women. Some I know, some I just use models I found and tweaked myself, but it's focusing on Black women and florals. And these florals present or have different significant meanings. For example, the latest one that I did, the purple one, it's called Violet. And Violet is all about basically someone who is humble and very modest, and going along with the meaning of what a violet flower is. That's what it signifies.
Mm-hmm.
And the blue one, it's blue gentian, and blue gentian, that flower represents like victory. Honestly, the color is that blue color. They use that in the Olympics, that very same color.
Really?
Yeah, and it represents.
Learn something new every day. Come on now.
And it does. It represents, victory. It's just, I could go on and on in detail, but I want people to like visit my Instagram and check out the meanings and things behind this stuff. But in each one of these portraits, the flowers and things, I'm seeing a little bit of myself in each one, and a little bit of my story in each one.
And they say as an artist, you do that, like unintentionally, you may end up painting yourself within each picture. I haven't seen it yet, except for there's some big eyes in a couple of these drawings I do, but in my drawings, if you see that eye real big, it's probably because I'm unintentionally drawing my eyes.
Yourself. Exactly.
But no, I like that, and it's something. It's one thing when we actually draw a picture and we put it out there, and maybe we put a post to it, but when we actually talk about it and explain it, it actually it puts such a deeper connection to the picture, because I never would have knew that had we not had conversation. So I appreciate you for telling me that. And then my grandmother's gonna get on me because she's a flower expert, and I didn't know what that flower was you were telling me about. So
yep, blue gentian. That's it. Yeah.
I'll look it up. That's really cool. I loved it. It's because it's like a rainbow, and although you have like as you said, like Black women, you're bringing them out at the same time. They're all like flowers, but as flowers, they're all different, and you can have an appreciation for each of them in their own way, and realize at the same time they're all flowers. So that's what I'm getting from it. I don't know, your viewers may see that as well.
I love it. Yeah, I'm so glad that you said that, because I do. Although like you say, as an artist, we create with a certain view in mind or thought process in mind, but ultimately we do want to leave the interpretation open to the viewers. And so to just even hear you say that just now, that means a lot, from another person's perspective. That lets me know, like, hey, you're not just looking at a quote unquote pretty picture. You're actually getting something out of it, So yeah, that means a lot. So I appreciate that.
No problem. All the time. I mean, one thing as an artist, for me, sometimes I struggle with feedback or just when I hear people talk about my work, but it's good to at least have that discussion about what we see from the picture, because as artists, we kind of crave not attention, but we crave how people react to what the work is, because we spend a lot of time on it. It's like you cook a meal and you go to the dinner table, people just eating, don't say nothing. It's kind of like, all right,
like, y'all don't like my food.
Yeah, so it's like
ain't nobody gonna say it's good.
We prepare these visual foods for people, these courses, and we want them to like, hey, do y'all like this? Is it good? Do I need to try something different next time I cook it up?
Yes, I love. That's such a good, and I'm taking it from you, by the way.
Hey, that's all right.
I like that. That's a very good analogy. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love your work, and I'm interested to see what you're going to do further. And on that note, what are your goals? What do you see yourself doing as an artist?
I have so many things in mind. I'm gonna tell you literally as of today where my mind is with things. Of course, the ultimate goal is to do this full time.
Right.
But right now, I'm wanting to make sure that I'm focusing on creating. Like, sometimes I think as artists, we get into, especially if we have a business for ourselves, we get into business mode and then it becomes about the dollar bill. And we forget that as an artist, that's not our motivation. That's not, we create because we love to create. And so for me, that's my mindset right now. Like, I opened up a few commissions and stuff, but I'm just trying to stay focused on, like, hey, remember why you do this, because it literally it's in my blood. Like, I have to do this. I have to get it out,
And if I was if we was in church, I'd say,
okay. Look, one time, put the finger in the air.
One time I would have gave you. Like, I feel that to the very core, because it is hard when you're because practically as an artist you are your own business. You don't think about it that way, but you are.
Yeah.
And if you lose, and for me, that's why I kind of like, I'm trying to do this Patreon so I can get everybody to that. But I really just want Instagram so people just see the art, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
And but no, I feel that, and I hope we can get that together. Whatever I could do to help, I'm gonna help you out with that. And when you talk about being a full-time artist, for you, what does that look like?
For me, that looks like having multiple streams of income for my art. So one of the things that I'm working on now, which you know what, I'll go ahead and give Clutch Art Patreon an exclusive.
This won't go on Instagram, so this is only for the
Patreon. This is for Clutch Art only. Y'all get to hear it first. But I actually just sent off to the printers my third coloring book.
And that's what we're gonna talk about a little later. So
I'm not even gonna say it yet, but
that's a hit though. I know everybody loves those coloring books.
I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about this one. So that's one thing. I actually, you guys are gonna get this too. There's another Clutch exclusive, and it'll drop.
All right.
Because I planned on letting everybody know this week, but I got approved as a creator for Amazon merch.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I have some really cool shirts and other items that they're actually on Amazon now. A few people have slid in and got them. Yeah, because
go ahead.
I've been wearing some things to work and showing, and I just wanted to do that just to see how people was gonna react. Yeah. Like, not even saying like, oh, this is my stuff. You like, you
gotta be your own marketer too.
You gotta be your own marketer too. You wearing all the hats. People were like just coming up to me asking me like, yo, where'd you get this? Where'd you get your shirt from? Like, where are you getting this stuff from? And I'm like,
it's mine.
Well,
with humility, it's mine.
Well, so that is coming out, but it is going to be posted on my Instagram. Actually tomorrow.
And where can they find that information if they want to purchase?
So if they want to purchase, they can follow my Instagram, h.sportsmanart. And the link is in my bio. There's actually, I have a store on Amazon where they can go and buy the merch from, but it's a lot of things in the works right now. And I'll put that link up. It'll be live tomorrow before the people can get to it.
This is where you can see.
Because I didn't want people to be like diving in there like, oh, I see. No, hold on. So
that's all right.
It'll be in my link tree right there. Yeah. So it'll be there for everybody to get to tomorrow. But John, it's a lot of different things that as an artist, like I say, I still have the dreams of being in a big, gallery somewhere. That's always a dream, but I know I still have some work to do. As nice as my work may look, I got a long way to go, and I accept it, and that's okay. Hats off to people that have made it.
But what I found that's interesting, like going and doing like go to galleries and things like that. Now you have great artists. It was a I don't know if this is man or woman. It's a French person. I need to do some art history, like I said.
Okay.
But Renee Magritte.
Okay, yes,
So
Magritte.
I believe I don't know if it's a French or a U.S. artist, but
it's French.
So I went into the Manil and I seen her work and I was amazed. It was beautiful work. But then right across the hall, there was a U.S. artist. I forgot the name, famous artist. But I'm just like, it was, I don't want to say abstract, but it was like something along those lines. And it was just like, you look at it, you're like, and I can't get like a one of my pictures in there, And so I say that to say, don't downplay your work. And I'm not saying you are, but just, if you go to a museum, sometimes you're just in there like, how did this get in there?
How did it look it? Yeah.
But it's what they say, it's in the eye of the beholder. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and also sometimes too, just based on who you know. But I feel like today's day and age, it's a lot of self-taught artists that are coming up, and breaking the mold as far as how to get in the door. If they won't let you in, you make your own door and you make your own way in. So, and then they'll come out to you after they see your work. But I think we as artists, we have to also appreciate our work, and it's always fine to keep growing along the journey, always keep learning and trying to figure out. But it's also a part of self-appreciation. I think that we all as artists, you go struggle with that, even if you end up painting a Michelangelo or something, or David or something. But you just, I guess it's one of those things we have to struggle with.
You're right, John. Yeah, we definitely do. We're how we say, we're our own worst critic.
Yep.
We can look at everybody else's work and be like, oh man, that's tight, that's dope, and look at our stuff and be like, I can do better, so I understand.
I appreciate what you're saying, because it basically it's we need to get over that, as far as like, for ourselves, we're our worst enemy, worst critic, but we put out good work. I think, it's also, like you said, the meaning behind some of the pictures. And at the end of the day, one thing we can say is that we did it, So, I mean, the art show just recently, I've been wanting to do that for years. I did it. Whether or not, it was hot up in there.
It was wonderful though. I enjoyed it. I did.
I'm happy you came. I appreciate your support. Tell your husband thank you for coming.
Yes.
Everybody that did come, I love you.
Yes. You did a good job. You really did putting that together. I know it was a lot of work. People don't understand behind the scenes how much
that was a learning experience, and I'm gonna do another video talking about it, because it was truly one of those things like where I was like, man, I didn't realize I need to hire like 2 or 3 people to do that stuff so I could just focus on the art. But I didn't get no footage from it. I was so mad. I was like, but that's another day. We worry about you right now.
Yeah, I understand, brother. Yes, I got you.
Well, tell me, where did the inspiration come behind your coloring books?
So that came from, again, something that the pandemic brought out. But my mom, my mom is a widow, and she has been in the house pretty much this whole time, and she loves coloring books, and she was running low on one of them. And she said, I need y'all to buy me some more color. I said, and I thought about it, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna make you one. And she was like, you gonna make me one? I said, yeah. So as a lot of people know, a lot of my work will have, well, especially with my coloring books, color my verses. It's backed by my faith and my beliefs in Jehovah God. And so I asked my mom, I said, Mom, give me some of your favorite scriptures. And she was like, okay. So she gave me 5. And then I started asking some other people theirs. And, I incorporated those verses into the coloring pages that I created. And the dope thing about it is that I think when she got it, she was so excited. She was like, how you come up with this, design for this verse and stuff like that? But it was honestly, it was motivating for me. And I wasn't even thinking about doing it for anybody else, but she started talking about it. She was showing it to her friends, and then other people saw it.
And that's how it got spread, huh?
I was like, oh, wait a minute. We got something going here, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like it popped off. And, I was very appreciative of the response. I was shocked at the response, really. But that was my baby. And that kind of
you about to have 3 babies.
Come on, got 3 now. Got 3.
Let's take a look at it. Hold on, where the people can find it.
Yeah.
And it's inside your link.
Yep, it's in the link tree once again.
And I pulled it up actually already. Let me.
Oh, good. Yeah, you can go directly to my website and buy it off. I will say this: I literally have 4 remaining. So y'all see that?
Yeah.
And this one I'm not going to reproduce this one again for a while because I really want to focus on this next one that I just sent off to the printers. But it is also Color My Verses, but I took a different spin this time. And like I said, I'm going to give y'all the exclusive. But so as I stated earlier in our interview, John, I was talking about how with my art, the message that I want people to see is, the appreciation I have for women and especially women of color, and seeing the beauty in things. And I know that right now with the pandemic, the world and how it's going, it's a lot of bad things going on. And it's very easy for any of us to start just spiraling into like a bad place, that's very easy to do. So this next coloring book is called Color My Verses, Naturally She. Okay. And this is a coloring and affirmations book for women of color. Wow. So it's 40 pages. And this book has some affirmations in it that honestly have helped me tremendously. And so in this book, those are my verses. And I've left some open areas where
they can add their own.
Yes, the women that purchase them, they can add their own affirmations to it. And I started off, instead of saying, I will, or this will, I say I am. Every affirmation starts with I am, because
I seen you had 2 posts about that recently. And I think you made those available free for a couple of people. Is that correct?
Yeah. They're still on my website.
I'm keeping up.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. They're still on my website. Those are free downloadables. And those 2 images, honestly, they're not in the book. This is the funny thing. They're not in the book, but I wanted to give whet people's appetite a little bit. And the response that I got from that even was overwhelming. People sending me emails back saying wow, I appreciated this so much. This really hit home. And so I'm like, okay, I hope my coloring book does the same thing, because, that it gets even a little deeper. But I think the importance of saying I am is it's already, it's established. In the moment. It's already established, you know, it's not like I might be to this or I'm working to, no, I am, whatever the situation, I am safe, I am at peace, embracing that for us. And, a lot of times we don't have anybody to give us that little motivation and encouragement that we need. We have to find it within ourselves, especially right now when so many people have to be isolated into themselves. We need that. And I've heard my audience and clients, customers, people say man, I wish I had something like that, to help me out. And I heard those things. I was listening. So, like I said, it should be ready mid-September.
Okay.
For actual purchase. But if anybody is interested in getting the early drop, they can also sign up on my website for my newsletter. It's on my page. Just sign up, scroll to the bottom, enter your email address. I don't spam people. I only email you if it's something you need to know.
Look, put your notifications on if you don't want.
That's it. Put your notifications on. Once you do that, I'll be able to let you know, when it first drops. So I'm excited about that next project, John. Hopefully it turns out good.
No, it has, and it am.
Okay. Come on, John. Yeah.
I'm listening.
I'm with it, brother. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that.
I got a couple more questions, and I know you got things to do, but hopefully we can just knock these last ones out. And it's been a wonderful interview. Need a sip of water. Go ahead, sip you some water.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. We good. We keep rolling, brother. I got
you. What do you have as advice for young creators or young artists or people that are trying to expose themselves to that world?
Man, learn all you can. Continue to learn. I'm telling you, I think that's a part of my teacher side that comes out when I'm talking like that, because I can honestly say the better educated you are, the more prepared you'll be. Yeah. You'll lessen the mistakes that you make. And like something you said earlier, John, bring it back to that. It's so true as well. And I would tell any young person, young creative, someone just starting out, know that you are your brand. You are what you're selling. People so many times with art, they see the art and they can appreciate it for what it is, but they want to hear about you. They want to hear about the artist. That's a selling point, what's the story? Who are you? Where are you from? What's your experiences? What's your struggle? So, learn all you can and be open to continue learning. Don't think too much of yourself, because it's always somebody that's right there with you, or they didn't pass the buck. So
it's always somebody better out there, but
always.
In the words of another J. Cole, it's always somebody.
That's real. So hey, man, look, stay humble, learn all you can, and be your authentic, be your authentic self. People want to buy into you. Art is an investment. Yeah, I look at it like that. And so when you invest in yourself, you get that return. So
yeah, there it is. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it yourself. Heather Sportsman dropping them jewels and knowledge. Now the check is in the mail. So all y'all that need to pay up, you can pay up on her Patreon. All right.
Okay, let's
support the cause for just $1. And if you got that buck to spend, you can upgrade. All right. Now she gonna upgrade you like Beyonce. All right. So we had one question from Shop Morala. She wanted to know, do you take custom orders? Now I don't know exactly what that entails, but let's let you speak on it.
So that's a wonderful question. So yes, I do take custom orders. And if we're talking custom as far as hey, I want you to create a specific thing, sure, I don't have any problem doing that. But here's the stickler with me. I only create portraits. That's it. I'm sticking with my portraits, because it's like this, John. When you have your niche, something that you're really good at, flow with it, and be consistent with it, because that'll be part of your branding. People know, oh, Heather does those amazing female portraits, that's what you want to be known for. So yeah, I definitely take custom orders, but it has to be in the realm of portraiture. I'll say that.
I hear you because I'm actually most of my art career portfolio is most of me just exploring the app and trying to figure out how to draw things. But now I'm like crossing over to where I'm going to start focusing on one particular thing, or a couple particular things, but not like realm of everything,
broad range of stuff.
because then, like you said, people don't know what you're about. It does confuse people, but that's interesting, and I hope that's answered the question for Shop Morales.
Yes.
Sorry about the stuff in the background.
No, you fine.
Trucks and stuff. We'll try to edit that out. But yeah, I appreciate what you said about that, and we look forward to seeing what's in store for you in the future. We're excited about your coloring book. I was actually going to ask my personal question to you could there be a color with me session coming up soon, maybe for your Patreon crew, or I'm a part of that.
Yes.
Or tutorials to show people how to create a coloring book.
That would be an awesome thing to do, because like I said, as an artist, your wheels are always turning, and you try to, like, when you get an idea, you try to like jot it down. So this is going in my jot down little note that you just told me, because I wasn't even thinking about that, but that would be something to give to people, because again, people look for that when they're following you, when they're a part of your community. It's like they're following you for a reason, either because they just admire you, or you're giving valuable information to them, and so that's something that I definitely would love to do. Like, creating a coloring book is not difficult. It's really not. You just kind of got to have a little patience with yourself, but that's something that we can do. Or, like Patreon fans, like, I could drop a special page just for you guys that's only, exclusive to my Patreon family, where no one else can have access to it unless they're a part of it. So
I'm up in that, so I'm about to,
Look, I think you try to put that little plug in for yourself, but I got
no, you know what? I'm trying to look. People probably tired of me this whole week. I've been pushing Patreon out, but you know what? You go hear about it. If you want the exclusive, that's where you gotta go. Time is not free, and time doesn't wait on no man. So
come on, with it.
I appreciate everybody that has been supporting all of us throughout the years, but I'm trying to make this transition myself, and so that's one of the ways to do it. You can't buy art, you can support with $1.
You can support with it. Come on, with $1. Look, we pay Hulu and Netflix every month.
Look, that's if you eat at McDonald's. I don't eat at McDonald's like that, but that's a McValue fry. If I was hungry on the street, I know you at least drop your boy a fry.
Look, okay, 4 quarters. That's all I need.
That's it. So
agreed. Yeah.
This has been a lovely and wonderful and educational, from the art teacher herself, educational interview. I thank you. Is there any last words that you would want to give to the audience, give to the Patreon crew? Instagram crew.
I'm just gonna say this, and I mean it wholeheartedly. John is a phenomenal artist, y'all, and also a phenomenal person. If, like he said, if you're not doing anything else, if you're not buying the art, if you're not, buying the portraits and so on and so forth, do what you can to support. Because I have the privilege of knowing this young brother behind the scenes, outside of Patreon and all this stuff. And he's an awesome individual and does a lot for other people, and helping them get their name out there. And so when you're thinking about artists and them not being closed in and not being selfish, this is the guy right here. You see what he's doing right now. So I just want to say, like, one, thank you, John, for giving people like me, a platform to be able to talk about my art and be known to others, because that's not anything that you have to do, but it's something that you want to do. So when you see people doing good, return the favor to them.
Give them the flowers while they still alive.
Give them the flowers while they still alive, and it goes a long way. So Yeah, just continue, y'all. Please support the arts, support Black art. You know,
Talk to the people.
Yeah, you know, it's a movement right now, and it's something that's highly coveted. People want it, so do what you can. But again, you know, support the man John right here, Clutch.
I appreciate
he
that.
is Clutch.
I take it to the heart. You know, this whole platform right now. I've always wanted to be in a realm where I could just put others on. There was a guy, a creative. Uh, his name is Frank Mill, and he gave me my opportunity some years ago. And I just want to each one teach one or pass it forward, pay it forward. So pay it forward, you know, and that's a motto I want to live by in the art world, and you know, in the world in general. You know me outside of here, what we do, involved in our ministry and things like that. But it's amazing to be able to give to others and to be able to help others in any way you can. So on that note, again, y'all can find Heather Sportsman on Instagram. Let's go back. You can see her page is h.sportsman art.
Yeah.
Her link tree there for other items that she has, artwork. You know, you can find her coloring book, the Color My Verses coloring book, the highly valued and requested. Again, and also you can sign up for her emails to make sure if you want to get updates and everything like that, you can find everything there. So please, again, follow her at h.sportsman art. And we look forward to seeing her again. And we will check back in and see what's the update as far as her new book that's coming out. Got dropped exclusively here first.
That's it.
So thank you again, and we'll see you. I see you when I see it. Now, my clutch slogan is do what you love or hate what you do. Either way, just do something. So
come on. Yeah.
All my peoples out there, just do something.
There we go.
I ain't still left from Nike though.
Appreciate you, John. It's been everything, bro. Appreciate it.
No problem.